Hey, Raw happened again. Like it does every Monday, nothing new. But I will say, actually fairly entertaining. There's actually good matches. But that's been Raw so far, and it's new 3 hour range. So we'll see how it goes in the 2 hour zone. Anyway, going ahead and let's just go ahead and get into it. I was like, get past some of the skibbity parts. CM Punk decides to show himself up here and went on a whole thing about why his family didn't want him to do it. He's like, my niece, my kid, my dog. It was like the guy at the grocery store that decided to tell me that he just finished a triathlon, told me not to do it. But you wanna know why I did it? Cause I'm the devil. And then like cameras were taking pictures and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, it's Iron Man. It's Batman. It's the devil. And so he said it like several times, almost like like he was trying to stir up somebody at at a church. Basically like I'm the devil inside of me. You know what? Actually, to be honest, I think he said it like 3 times or something like that. But then I was like, didn't Finn say it twice? So I was like, I don't know. It was a very devilish theme. It's not even Halloween yet. So I was like, but basically he just he got to. He said how many Hell in a Cell does he have inside of him or whatever. And it's like, whoa, that's a little too much TMI. But he said 0. And it's like, whew. And I was like, that would be very, very hard to deal with. But I was like, he said he gonna give this one a go. Especially because, he be injured and whatnot. Yeah, so, and that was pretty much it. There was no Drew McIntyre type of, and I'm like, I'm glad, cool, get this thing out the way. He didn't Miranda around and stuff like that, like how he normally do. Cool. Who wins this Hell in a Cell? Still trying to figure that out myself, to be honest. I was like, then we had Rhea and Damian back there with a little bit of Yeet, Jey, and just they just over here being like, oh yeah, I hope you crush Dom, and it's like, oh, you shouldn't and then Xavier was like, hey, don't come out and bombard our match, and they're like, there's no just respect, blah blah blah. That was really about it. Then we got Sheamus and Pete Dunne, and good. I was like, good match. Glad the right person won. Pete Dunne needed this win. He needed to have the what I was like. Cause Sheamus already won the first one, but I was like, I don't know if they were just waiting for Pete Dunne to basically have, because I was like, since he's been in NXT and then he had been in doing this Intercontinental stuff too, that's like having a lot more momentum and showing on TV before they give him his first win. Even though the first win for the Sheamus could have been a lot more poppy. Not poppy, kind of was like, but like oh, and then the second win would sort of make sense. But I was like, guess what? But at the same time, you are fighting your mentor of sorts, so get the first win. Kind of make sense in that route. But I was like, Pete doing this. I was like, this one. There wasn't really nothing crazy here, like there wasn't the first one with him doing the turnbuckle and stuff like that. He did pop him with like a cricket mallet or whatever. Probably saying that doing that wrong. And it didn't get him in the face, but it got him in the arm to where he could hit a big boot, and that what he won was not his finisher move, but whatever. Then we got Natalya and Zoe Stark, and I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the matches I was like, I'm not paying attention to. I was like, Natalya just doesn't move anything for me. And I was like, I think Zoe Stark's a really good wrestler, but I was like, because of who she's with. And then on top of that, it's just kind of like, whatever this is, I was like, this doesn't even feel like Final Testament and Kofi. And New Day. It really is more meandering. I was like, it's more like, what is the point here? Especially Natalya rolled up Zoe Stark, and I was like, I don't know what we're doing. We're just doing, roll ups, and like, I was like, I don't know what's the point of having Pure Fusion lose. Yeah, it's just really just here right now, and I was like, this is because I was like, leave with Final Testament and the New Day. It's about being in Xavier's Woods' head and all this other stuff. If you could be a single star, you could be by yourself. All this other stuff. They don't really have anything at all going on here, and then it is what it is. I was like, then we had Jey Uso, Bronbreakker. I was like, and Bronbreakker, I was like that little promo segment. Jey Uso basically, going through his whole spiel about getting the championship and all this other stuff. Braun comes out, and it's like, yo, I ain't need my mom. I was gonna say but yeah, he basically said, I ain't need my mom, I ain't need my dad, I ain't need my uncle, I ain't need Larry, I ain't need AJ. Sorry, promos are sort of mixing up. To help me win this championship, I did it by myself. Where them dogs at? You know, that whole spiel. He's like, oh, you've been here 14 years, and he's like, man, I've been here 6 months, and I was like, look what I got right here. And Jey is kind of like, and I was trying to figure out, I was like, are we just talking about single titles, or are we going to throw in them tag team titles? And Jey threw in them tag team titles, like, you ain't going to take away my championships. And he's like, you have accomplished a lot. He said, but hey, just how I was like, basically, your reign with that Intercontinental Championship is going to be short and sweet, just like your NFL career. And that's when he sort of like, and everybody was like, ooh, or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's a good little get back. I was like, that's where his promos are the best, when he gets to like how Damian Priest is as well, as like when he gets to go whip somebody instead of just speaking. I was like, that's when Jey's promos are the best. And then, Jey basically get clocked by Braun or whatever. And Braun goes back to go do his spear, and Jey hits the spear, and Braun just sold that as like the worst thing ever. And before anybody gripes, I was like, I think that, think about it. It wasn't just that Jey speared him. It was that he speared him off of the way that Braun does his momentum, and that is what, to me, is like the key impact here. I'm thinking Jey might win this one, to be honest. But we'll do with that later. We got New Day versus Judgement Day for them tag team titles, and pretty much picking up the total later after he already told the Terror Twins not to interfere. I was like, Judgement Day shows up after it seemed like Xavier Woods and Kofi about to have the thing wrapped up, matched up, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. But LWO comes out to have their back, and so they just all brawling and whatnot. Kofi decides to do his little jump from the top, take out everybody, mainly LWO people. And while he's down there and still, I guess, delivering the Raw down, Xavier Wood got JD pinned, but the ref is all the way outside trying to clear like he's cleaning up the dust or whatever, which causes Xavier Woods to get mad. I was like, bring him back in the ring, but by then JD gets him, and Finn goes up to do the coup de grace. And that's pretty much how it ends, which I was like, and I was like, I wonder if they were how they were going. I was like, because while I wanted them to get a tag team title, I did want to see if they were still going to do the little I'm aggravated at you type of thing. So, but they did, and with that, I was like, they were like Kofi trying to console him, and they were like, get off me, bro, I don't need you, get off me, or whatever. Go to the back, see him over here yelling the hell out of LWO, and Kofi's like dapping him up, like, thanks bro. Xavier was like, what the hell is going on? Someone's sleeping in my way home. But anyway, and he's like, yo, he's like, why do I not know the plan, but everybody else seems to know the plan? And he's like, well, I thought, we need help. He's like, so we don't have Big E no more. And he's like, oh, here we go again. I'm like, just because we ain't got Big E, am I not enough? Like, are you saying I can't do this by myself or whatever like that? He's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. It's just a numbers game. And he's like, and we got the end of that. Also, we see the ref later on in Adam Pearce's office. We don't even give an inkling that that's what they were talking about or whatever, especially when, I forgot who showed up. And it's basically like in his face talking or whatever, and he's like, can you believe this guy? And it's like, so we're not going to address the issue of why the hell was he like doing like 6 feet of saying away anyway, neither here nor there. So we got Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed, and this match didn't even have match, it was just chaos. As soon as Braun Strowman threw Bronson Reed into the turnbuckle, that thing popped off. I was like, then we end up he chucked a random person out of the crowd into Braun Strowman. I was like, they broke the barricade and just knocked that thing down. I was like, he got tsunami'd on 2 tables, and then basically to end it off, he just knocked him through a whole bunch of sheetrock, and that's where it just stayed at. I was like, everything about this was great. The only nitpick is it would have been cool if we seen how hard he really threw him into the turnbuckle for that thing to pop off. But after that, you knew the whole thing was a wrap, pretty much. I was like, yeah, neither match had, I was like, ended with anybody winning. So, see how this goes. I was like, hell, I was like, well, there's going to be some match stipulation, I feel like, with this one. We had Sami Zayn doing his Sami Zayn stick, where he's just like, oh my God, he's like, each and every one of you, you're so great. This is awesome. I was out here with my hero, Bret Hart, and, but Gunther keeps on, avoiding me and whatnot. And it was just, yeah. And then Ludwig Kaiser, oh, that's who it was. Ludwig Kaiser was down there pissed off. Anyway, Ludwig Kaiser goes out to the ring, being like, Sammy, you don't, based on, you don't deserve this. Oh, and I was like, you're not gonna get what you want. And Ludwig is like, hey, just like how I could believe I could be a world champion, I believe that you also feel like you are trying to prove something, show something, or whatever. Like, you over here just you're more than Gunther's lackey, you're more than his side, his side piece, his side action, his mouthpiece, yeah. Anyway, so Ludwig Kaiser sort of like, and then Gunther comes out, and Gunther's like, before I give you an answer, Sammy, Ludwig, you got something to say. I was like, that accent turning that bad. And Ludwig, like, look, he's like, there's something I got to get off my chest. And then he just clobbers Sammy or whatever. And then it looks like Ludwig is basically going to beat Sammy up. But he got her Ludwig kicked. And yeah, that's pretty much how that one went. Then we got a great ass match between Bianca Belair and iyosky, because she's replacing Kairi Sane because of her eye or whatever they do. What is it? Anyway, yeah, I was like, I really do like the fact that I was like, they didn't fully point out, but they just say that they just got history. But I do like the fact that it's like, yeah, from their time in NXT, they, and whatnot, that they know each other, because they were just flipping moves, kick ups, and all this other stuff. It wasn't until like pretty much they came back from commercial break that it heated up. But I like the win. I like the count. I like all the counter moves they did, where it just seemed like they knew each other or whatever. And the ending where she basically did the KOD into a school. I'm gonna say schoolboy Q pack up. Yeah, to get the win. I also like the way that, like, kind of like those matches ending that way is a lot different than like Natalia winning up with a roll up on Zoe Stark in a match that was like, But then we got Damian Priest and Dom, which it goes how you always go in a match with Dom. I was like, Dom gets beaten up for a minute, then the tables turn. I was like, and then at the end, they was all just being like, you know what, we're gonna beat everybody's ass, and everybody just started beating Damian up. They just started beating Rhea up. Jey tried to come out here and save his yeastress, but Braun just jumps out of nowhere, spears the hell out of him, takes him out, and then we just keeps on coup de grace and the hell out of Priest. Jeez. And that's how it goes. We still got a while to go to Bad Blood, but now it just seems like the Terror Twins are gonna win. I hope not. But yeah. Anyway, that is the Raw review recap live stream. Whatever. Let me know how you thought. I was like, it's outside of the Italians always start. It was a really good Raw, and I feel like it's setting up everything. But yeah, other than that, peace. We out.